Honda Forza 125 Pure Luxury in 8-liter format. Honda thoroughly renewed the Forza 125 for this season. Even if it is not obvious at first glance, the new luxury 8-liter is visually modernized. Its safety features are increased and the already practical features such as the electrically adjustable windshield are improved even further. You should not reduce a person, a motorcycle or a scooter to a single feature, even if it is positively outstanding. I don't want to do that with the brand new Honda Forza 125 either. Right at the start of my review, I want to talk about a feature that the predecessor already had, but something that a lot of touring motorcycles still only dream about. The little Forza has an electrically adjustable windshield, and not just any puny little disc that shifts just 2 or 3 centimeters. No, the predecessor Forza already boasted a proud 140mm adjustment range, and now the new Forza 125 even has 180mm. And the best thing about it is that the powerful electric motor hardly needs more than 2 seconds for this whole 18 centimeters, while this procedure extends to downright marathons even on designated touring machines. Finally, the screen is also almost straight and completely smooth without any annoying waves or edges that you couldn't see through. This improvement of the already in the predecessor Forza very functional feature shows what Honda has emphasized in the new edition of the Forza 125: reinvent nothing, but make everything a little better, whereby the Honda technicians found some elements of the Forza 125 to be very good anyway. The robust and stable but very trimmed for comfort chassis, the tires and the brake system remained largely unchanged. The new Forza 125 therefore still dampens and springs with a 33mm telescopic fork at the front and stereo struts with 7-way spring preload adjustment at the rear. Braking is by 2 single discs, including 2-channel ABS. The tire dimensions remain 120/70/15 front, 140/70/14 rear, and the wheelbase grows marginally from 1,490 to 1,505mm. Thanks to these parameters, the handling remains stable and maneuverable, if you can expect it from a rather heavy 125cc scooter at all. After all, 161 kilos can't be entirely concealed despite the center of gravity favorable position of the heavy parts on the scooter. Nevertheless, the Forza 125 provides exactly what you would expect from a luxury scooter: plenty of comfort and a pleasant seating position at a height of 780mm. Nevertheless, we can still be curious, how well or poorly does the new engine propel the 161 kilo ready to ride? Well, you can't expect miracles just because the small, friction-optimized ESP single-cylinder with 4-valve technology now generates 15 horsepower at 8,750 revs instead of 14.5 at 9,250 and squeezes out 12.2 Nm of torque at 6,500 instead of 12 at 8,000 revs. With such comparatively weak units, it's always more a question of how well the automatic responds, and that's where the little Forza certainly lives up to its name. The traffic light start works quite well. Then, as promised, the Forza 125 really gets going between 40 and 60 kilometers per hour. In my opinion, the acceleration is still very good after that. Country road speed is quickly reached, and when you read over 120 on the speedometer on the highway, you can definitely believe the stated top speed of 108 kilometers per hour. The fuel consumption of 3.09 liters per 100 kilometers, which I determined on a 100-kilometer lap, is also okay. After all, I didn't go easy on the Forza 125 in any way. I can excuse myself to my role as a tester. The start-stop system is now also a really fine gimmick. It won't save liters of fuel immediately, but calculated over a few thousand kilometers in city driving conditions, it certainly adds up to a few liters. Moreover, it works so harmoniously that you can confidently leave the system activated. So the Forza 125 not only proves to be an excellent commuter vehicle, but thanks to some special features even a good touring scooter if you only have an A1 license, or a car license, or simply don't need more power. Because in addition to the excellent wind protection and scooter-typical excellent leg protection, you can also take a lot of luggage with the Forza 125. Under the seat fit 2 full-face helmets, and around it still other utensils. And if you need even more space, you can add the optional smart box, which probably gives you around 100 liters of storage space. Besides the electric windshield, again something that many touring motorcycles can only dream of. Incidentally, the name Smart for the top case comes not only from the fact that the case can swallow so much while looking smart, but also because it can be controlled with the smart key system of the Forza 125, activation of the ignition, starting and also opening of the fuel filler cap and smart box. Also smart, although not built into the name, is the USB charging plug, which now replaces the outdated 12-volt socket of the predecessor Forza. As before, the charging option is located in the left storage compartment in the front fascia, which can even accommodate longer bottles thanks to its cavernous depth. The gauges are easy to read and have the usual sober design familiar from such luxury scooters, more in the car style rather than with playful TFT displays. I almost forgot the increased safety mentioned at the beginning. The new Forza 125 now has the in-house traction control HSTC on board as standard, just like most big Hondas. Of course, it's fair to ask whether you really need this feature on a 125cc scooter, whose power delivery I've previously described as good, but by no means exorbitant. However, if you're considering purchasing the Forza 125 as an all-season commuter bike, you might find yourself in slippery situations, even with a 125cc scooter, where traction control would protect you from going downhill. In any case, based on the many clever and practical features, there's nothing to stop you from using the new little Forza 365 days a year.